Well, hey everyone. I'm here with Dr. Jamie and I'm Kendall
Emma.
Getz. Hey, we are so pumped. We're really excited because we have two things that we're going to jump on here and share with you. It's really the best thing that I can think of doing for the next 3 months over the holiday season. And so, the first thing that I'm going to share with you is we are actually launching another group for Super Starch. And if you're like, what is Super
Yay.
Starch? What is this? We are going to share about that first. And then we're also going to share with you a free 25-day challenge that would just really help you during this season, especially for the month of October. And what it's going to do is a free 25-day challenge. It's helping you get present and in the moment with your life, especially when it's really busy right now. So to start out with, I'm going to share with you what is Super Starch and how can this help you with your weight loss journey? How can this help you get in control with food? And why would you actually want to pick this over all the different plans that people are going to be sharing about? And so I thought of the best person that I could invite on here is actually my friend and also student, former student, and now
Yeah.
also partner in the business, Dr. Jamie. And she's going to share about what is Super Starch and why this would be really helpful for possibly for you.
Thank you, Kendall, for having me. Thank you for introducing me to the Super Search program. Earlier this year, as you know, we've been friends a long time, and I love to move and work out, and I've always worked on being healthy with my food and with my body. And but those of you who know me a long time know that I have stumbled in that, and that's all often hard to sustain, especially during the holidays when there are cakes and cookies and parties, and there's an event starting right from Halloween, right when we fill our bodies with candy all the way through the new year. So you think about, oh my gosh, how would we do Super Starch in a new diet plan? Well, you know what the great thing is that I told a friend of mine this summer when she was asking me what I had been doing for health. I was like, you should just do Super Starch. I was like, I have done so many plans throughout my lifetime. I remember back in the, I didn't tell you this earlier, Kendall, but back in the 90s when I was going on recruiting trips to universities and I was on an airplane flying out to New York to go to Syracuse. And I remember having a bagel on the plane when they used to give you food. And I thought, this is my last bagel ever because I was starting the zone diet. You probably weren't even born. But a lot of these things I have done through the years because people ask me as a health nurse and then a doctor of nursing practice and a fitness person, well, what should I do? What should I eat? Should I do more meat? Should I do more carbs? Should I fast? Should I exercise more? Should I exercise less? And so I just would try them for 10 days, 6 months, a year, just to see how sustainable they were and how easy they might be or how hard they might be. And the amazing thing about Super Starch, you know this, I really just did it to support you
Yep.
at first.
I think too, you were like, what is she doing? Is this actually, will it work? Is it successful? What
Yeah,
is this? And I kind of
another
took that
like
back.
experiment in gaining knowledge, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I love our friendship, and I know that you have really had a transformation in your health since I met you about 10 years ago. And so I wanted to support you. So I did it. And then I realized, oh my gosh, this is not to support Kindle only. This is to support me. So Superstarch One with food gave me two big things. One, hunger and fullness recognition that I have always talked about and heard. And I know that chemicals in your body, the neurotransmitters that stimulate and inhibit that, but I was not listening to my own hunger fullness cues. And you really dial in on that, on how do we do that. And one of the things you really teach us there is primary foods. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. I was ignoring those things in my own health. The second thing was that I don't have to be afraid of starch. So I primarily have been in the healthcare field of older people, caring for older people, kind of like 65 plus. And unfortunately, 80% of those people have one chronic disease at least, and a lot of them have diabetes or heart disease, and you avoid white foods like the plague. And so I did that. And not fully, but a lot of my thought process was No, you can't do that. And you showed me that super starches, when balanced with a whole food plant diet and lean plant proteins, can be so effective in satiation and feeling full, recognizing your fullness and not being hungry, that and you lose those cravings. So those were the food things, and then the mindset piece, I've never been a part of a program that dives into the mindset more than this. And so that's why I think it's attainable and sustainable once you get into the role of how to use the foods, primary and functional, in the marriage of super starch. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm joining you now. One, I started out because you were my buddy and I wanted to see what the heck you were doing. And now I thought this is the perfect marriage of how I view food, as fun, fuel to do with family, but also as medicine.
Yes.
And emotional medicine as well, because I have a long history of emotional eating. So my mindset is one of the hardest things to change. And that's when accountability comes in. So I'm excited that you have challenges for us. One, the first one that you're going to talk about, and then our next Super Starch group that we're going to start. So tell us more about those things.
Absolutely. And I think I'm just so honored. Thank you so much, Jamie, for stepping out, trying this. And it just brings me a lot of excitement for how we can help people even more, because being somebody who has dealt with binge eating, emotional eating, and didn't even know that's what it was actually called. Things, I still kept having a mindset that would absolutely defeat me, leave me hopeless. And I really encourage anyone who's hearing this, if you're in that mindset and the holidays are even more stressful because now you're thinking, how am I going to continue doing this? Or what's going to happen? I know I'm going to just gain more weight. If that's your story, which is very similar to where I used to be, then I just encourage you to take hold of this year, step into it. Don't be like most people who wait until January 1st, and you can do this during this season. And so that's what we're going to talk a little bit about, is how to do this with two different options. So you can either be a part of Super Starch, and if you want to do that, we start October 13th, and you can either reach out to Jamie, you can message her, you can message me, and we'll help you get into the program, because we only have so many spots, and I want you to get there. I want you to be in this and not let the season go by. So the other thing that we're going to share is the 25-day challenge. And Jamie hit a little bit on this, talking about primary foods. And so part of the program that makes this so unbelievably successful is primary foods. And so I'm actually going to let Jamie share more about primary foods, and then I will share with you the 25-day challenge that you guys can do.
So primary foods were brand new to me when you introduced me to them. And since then, I've read a little more about them, and I love that they are integrated into, starting to integrate into some of the literature. But think of food, the functional food, right, that you eat on your plate that feeds your body, the snacks that you grab as you run in and out of the house, what you grab in the drive-through. Those are functional foods. Some of them help you function better than others, nutritionally and cellularly. But what we are talking about with primary foods are not the foods that feed you on your plate. It's the foods that feed your mind and your soul and your spirit. And primary foods to me were brand new. And I realized I have primary foods. I love to dance. I have always loved to dance. I've loved music. And I love moving, like physical activity. And all of my primary foods when I came into Super Starch were about a walk, a run. Let's go lift. Let's go on a bike ride. Let's play ultimate frisbee. Like whatever someone asked me to do physically, I just was like, yes, let's do that. That's how I felt like my soul was fed. But that's so hard when it's 10 o'clock at night and you have to get more work done, or you're injured, or you're having a surgery, or you just don't have the time to get sweaty, right? I live in Georgia now. I get sweaty. So let's think about other ways that you feed your soul off the plate. So that could be creatively. Kendall, you're such an amazing artist. And I know that over the last few years, you have dropped yourself back into that to enjoy it instead of it being your job. But some people get that joy out of their career, out of they just love their job, and when they go there they feel fed. But it could be spiritual. For me, that's something that's been a part of my life for a long time now. Prayer, reading my Bible is something that feeds my soul, but I needed some other things. It could be education, gaining knowledge, creativity, relationships, socializing, having meetups with your friends. But a couple of things that I rediscovered in Super Starch last year, one was that I don't have to be going 150 miles an hour to feed my soul, and or just sitting still reading and praying. There was some in between. So people got me crosswords and Sudokus and puzzles, and I was just like, oh, I do not like those things. I mean, I do, but I don't want to do them every day. So when I entered my doctoral program in my 20s, early mid 20s, I thought I just started reading things for knowledge, and just I only put myself into that. I never read for pleasure much anymore. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't feeding my soul. So this summer I let myself read novels. I read 8 novels in under 2 months, which I don't know if I've done that. Can't remember when I've done that recently. And every day when I came home, so all of them, I couldn't wait to get back to my book. I was like, okay, instead of going to the kitchen, which I've been trying to avoid going right to the kitchen to get a snack, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to go get my book and I'm going to read a chapter. And I started taking ukulele lessons. And I had a ukulele for a long time. My mom gave me an amazing one. And so I started taking group ukulele, and I love it. I'm terrible at it right now, but those are primary foods that we are talking about. What are the things that you help us integrate into that growing of our mind and our brain and our creativity and our souls and that joy that help us lose weight like off our shoulders, like the monkey off your back that you need a snack? No, you don't. You might not be, you're hungry for something else. And you really showed me how to integrate that into the functional food that I was already have been doing for a while and working on for a long time. So those are primary foods. What are some of your primary foods? I know you love to paint and do art, but what are some other things that you have discovered since you dove into this a few years ago?
I love primary foods. So I honestly could be a primary food junkie and just like do them all the time. Honestly, I have a list that I keep, and I keep going through, and I'm like, okay, let's do guitar lessons. So that's something on my list to do. I have a guitar I've had for like 10 years, so I'm going to practice. I also got into pickleball. I have been obsessed. Anytime I can get a chance to go over there, I'm there. I definitely am finding meditation, more still ones. I think what Jamie hit on is a big one for me too, with productivity and nourishing myself can also be still and calm. And that's something I've enjoyed learning. And the big thing that I like about this whole way of thinking about weight loss and your body is that you can lose weight. There's a lot of ways you can lose weight with Ozempic. You can lose weight with eating super low calorie diets. You can lose weight with juice cleanses. And I know a lot of ways. I could literally be like, here's my tried and true diet history. You can go try all these and you probably will lose weight. What we figure out though is even if we lose weight, we're still not always happy. We're still not always satisfied. And so just being skinny isn't the outcome that we want. We also want to be just content and happy and full-hearted, and to actually feel like ourselves, to love ourselves at the end of the journey, to fall in love with the process. So that's why I created for you guys, me and Jamie and our friend Beth, who's one of the other coaches, we put together a 25-day challenge, and it's a bingo sheet, and it is literally full of the most fun, simple activities that can be associated with October that will help you feel more connected to the season, more connected to nature, more connected to your body. And really, it's just a list of things to do that are simple and fun, that will make you feel good and to get you out of your head away from just thinking about weight loss and dieting, because those things will get accomplished and done during Super Starch, and you can be successful with doing that. But at the end of the day, we got to fill your head with other things, fill your life with other things. You're not going to be dieting forever and losing weight forever. So the
Let me read
25,
you a few of the things off here. It's
yes,
fun. Read a novel, laugh with friends, wear a cute outfit. For guys, that might be wear a hot outfit, right? Or watch a sunrise. So these actually remind me of things that you do on an advent calendar with your kids. We have one that we've done since my kids were small, and every day has a different activity. Those are primary food activities. So I love that this connects that. And we're going to have one of these each month leading into the holidays, right? So we have this one for October that they can get. And this is completely free. Like, it's free for you to join us and experience what primary foods are, because that was a big game changer for me and for my mindset surrounding foundational foods, and when I ate was the primary foods. But ultimately, as you enjoy these primary foods and get your bingo card and start filling it out, I would love to see some of you join us on October 13th for another Super Starch group, because we're going to start that 6-week group on October 13th. So a little bit after the Canadian Thanksgiving and a few weeks before the American Thanksgiving, so that we can roll into the holidays and help you understand your own hunger fullness. You understand some foundational foods, how to feel full at a party and not wake up feeling like you partied too much and feeling like junk. So I just hope that this will spark some people to join us for Super Starch starting October 13th.
you guys, we're excited. And so if you want to take action, you have 2 action items here. Number 1 is you can definitely, anyone can do the free challenge. It's so fun. And if you want to participate in the free challenge, then screenshot. We're going to post the challenge onto our actual Harvest Wellness page. So if you're not a part of that group, come join us over there. We're also going to put it into our stories, so you can always screenshot it. And I would highly encourage come be on the Facebook group with us, because that's where all the fun and the party's going to be, because we actually have prizes, really, really good prizes that I wish I could actually have. They're so good. They're $100 plus prizes, and you'll only figure out what they are is if you get onto the Facebook page and join us over there. So good incentive.
Yes.
You're going to post and share and have fun. And then the other action item is, what if you joined us for Super Starch? What if this was the year that you decided, I'm not starting over January 1st. It's still 2024. Let's do it now. Let's go through the holiday season differently. So if that strikes you and you're like, I think I'm curious, then you can reach out to Dr. Jamie, or you can reach out to me via Messenger, or if you have our phone numbers, reach out to us, because we want to help serve you. We want you to have the best weight loss journey of your life, and to not just lose the weight, but to lose the weight off your shoulders, and to just really love the process. So
Well,
everything
and
that,
as I teach a brain health fitness program called Ageless Grace, and our founder and owner, Denise Medved, says it's never too late to begin and it's never too early to start. And that is so true of all of wellness. And those of you, when Kendall said you can reach out to us to talk about Super Starch or primary foods or these challenges that we're doing, I'm actually going to be in Frankenmuth, Michigan at the Health and Wellness Expo that's put on by the Frankenmuth Women's Club this weekend, Sunday. The expo is free, and it is from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., 100 plus vendors. There is a whole day of education and training. Actually, my niece, Dr. Sheila Hartley, she's going to talk about challenging behaviors in children. She has an amazing business that she runs, consulting for children with special needs and autism. So she's going to be there, and an MD talking about obesity, and I'm going to talk about gut-brain nutrition connection at 2:00. But I'm going to have a table there with my tower garden, speaking of amazing functional foods. And I would love for you, if you're in Michigan and you want a day in Frankenmuth, right? Michigan's #1 tourist town. You can come up to Frankenmuth, but you can stop in and talk to me about some of these things in person. I would love to see you there.
oh my goodness, how fun. And one of the most favorite primary foods is definitely growing our own food, gardening, but doing it in an aeroponic format. I think, are you going to show us a picture, or You went dark on me, Jamie. I don't know where you went. But I'll just finish up by saying that if you have ever wanted to learn how to garden and grow aeroponically and vertically, it is way cool. And Jamie is definitely one of our experts for this. She is sharing this all the time on our Facebook page. And so if there's anything else that you guys want to learn about, come hang out with us. Our Facebook community is where it's at, and our Super Starch program is where it's at. I'm honored to help you in your weight loss journey, and thank you guys for joining us on this live. I'm going to go ahead and end it, and if you want to reach out, message us, send us messenger, text message, Facebook message, and I look forward to hearing from you. All right, bye. Have a great day.